Cancelled.
Schweezy.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered.
Some of you know me, and some of you know I am obsessed with medical shows, especially on the Learning Channel. TLC, for something you may know. TLC, if you don't know what kind of content they usually make people who date their car. They're really popular for dating foreigners. They're also very popular they're mainly popular from like people who fuck cars and who are married to roller coasters and shit like that. But they do have the medical shows, and I'm pretty sure the medical shows on TLC is like the fine line that still allows them to be somewhat of an educational channel. So, crack addicts. That's what. And I know what you're thinking. Crack addicts. That's a funny joke. That's the point of the joke. Like the point of the joke was the fact that it was it's about crack cocaine. So
What?
Or no, sorry. That's what happens when you add things. Hilarious. The show it's from Dr. Cologne and Colon. Luckily, the second O has a little line on top of it, so it's not colon. Dr. Colon. No, I bet there's still people who fucking... We all know that guy who says things wrong or just says a lot of things wrong. Dr. Colon. But anyways, she's TLC. She is a chiropractor, so we're going to be talking about chiropractors and chiropractic adjustments for a minute. So definitely something we could say is
cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff.
So yeah, basically she is a chiropractor. Also, something very distracting throughout the show is that she is very attractive. Now, TLC, well, at least for the lady doctors, when it's a lady doctor, they do make sure that they're extremely qualified, like extremely overly qualified for the field they're in. And also they have to be hot. But I think Dr. Cologne maybe, I don't know, it's between her and Dr. Lee, the hottest doctors. Who is the hottest doctor of all time? I only go with the ones on TV. I see the ones on TV more than real doctors. I don't know if that's a good thing, if you should be able to see. Honestly, though, it doesn't mean you're healthy if you don't need to see a doctor, you know? Isn't that it? Usually people just get checkups and are like, well, looks like your blood's blue. So anyways, though, so Dr. Cologne, and she is one of my favorite of the doctors on the show. The thing is, you meet people with, bubbly personalities, but she has a very genuine, bubbly personality, so that's really nice, and that's definitely, something that you want from a medical professional who will be doing the little head snap thing. I usually call it the head snap thing, and it's one of those things that can kind of freak you out. So I recently rewatched the Chris Nolan Batman movies. Chris Nolan, I know the guy. I made a lot of thoughts. I thought, one, it takes itself way too seriously, and it's like no one in real life talks like this. Master Wayne, why do we fall? So we get back up again. That's not my Michael Caine. That's my Michael Caine. Why do we fall, Master Bruce? So we learn to get back up again. I learned some things with impressions that sometimes you have you can say a word a certain way and then you can do it. I recently learned I can do a little bit of Irish and I'm farty instead of 40, farty. Oh, Jiminy Christmas, call me McGregor. I'm Irish. Irish McGregor. I'm 40 years old. I'm working on impressions. I'm working on, getting my impressions better. I learned that, I need to work hard. I don't know why that's a thing I need to work on, you know? You're just like, you know, I really need to work on, like, my accents, you know? For some reason, you're like, oh, you're working on it because you want to, like, star in a movie? Being like, no, it's just what I want to do in my free time. It's like, I've been trying to write an album for the last over a year, and I'm like, you know, that's a good use of my time. Learning accents. All right, back to the show. But yeah, so basically, yeah. Dr. Cologne, super bubbly, happy personality, very positive person. And I do have to say, I really do think there is something to smiling. You know, like the whole thing where it's like men ask women to smile for me, honey. You know, like, and it's kind of creepy and annoying. You know, I don't think you should be like telling women to smile. I don't know. I think you should try and earn that shit, you know? But I do have to say though, like, we all look better if we smile. Or at least women do. When women smile, like, and you have a good smile and shit like that, like, it does make you look better as a person. You know? Like, when we're all sad and we have that big old resting bitch face, like, we don't look good that way, you know? And I love seeing, like, women on Instagram, they're trying to act like a bad bitch, but really they're just, like, they have Glenda the Good Witch vibes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but, like, Dr. Cologne, like, she had leukemia, like, stage 4, not the good stage of cancer. But, yeah, and then, like, they showed a picture of when she was younger, and, like, you know, even with cancer, she still got it, you know? That's a weird thing to say to someone. You're like, you know, I noticed you had cancer, but, like, you're still very attractive. You know, I know you have cancer and all, but you make my dick. No, I'm not going to say that. And then I learned from following her on Instagram that she was going through postpartum. I guess she just had a kid when they were filming, at least this season. I don't know if they're ever going to renew this show for like a season 2 or whatever, or even more. I'd love to see it that way because this show is all satisfaction. So for, like, let's say Dr. Pimple Popper. So what's the satisfying thing? What's the real reason someone would watch Dr. Pimple Popper? You know, some people watch it to get things removed and then pop things, you know, and it's just like, it's satisfying, it's a little therapeutic and stuff like that. And so that's kind of like the joy of watching the show, why you'd watch, like, you know, especially with Dr. Pimple Popper, something like super disgusting come out of someone's body, like, because it's somewhat satisfying and some people really like popping shit, you know. But like this show, it's chiropractic adjustments, and, you know, I don't know how to explain to someone, but, you know, like, you adjust their back or, you know, or their spine, you know, and that's what chiropractors do. They just focus on your spine. And, like, you know, they adjust it and then you hear a big crack. And, you know, in my body, whenever I've had, like, you know, someone's like done like pop my back or whatever, it's like, it feels really good because it does feel really good because I think what I've learned from the science behind it was that, it's like gases releasing and it's relieving pressure, and when you have pressure and it's relieved, like, you just get a good feeling and stuff like that. And so, yeah, that's what that show is. Like, that's the entire show. It's just watching that, where Dr. Pimple Popper's like, oh, some bitch has eczema, you know, she's gonna get some pills and some shots, you know. I'm like, oh, okay. But then you're like, the next person has a lipoma the size of a bowling ball, and we're gonna watch Dr. Lee remove it. I'm like, I'm in for this. This show is just all cracks, you know, and it's just, I don't know. There's something about chiropractic adjustments that, like, watching it and listening to it is just very therapeutic. I don't get it, but it is. I think it's just the relieving of pressure, and then you feel like the joy they're feeling. Like, there's this one chick, I'll watch her, like, she does the adjustment, and then, like, her soul, it looks like her soul left her body and then just came back. Watch this.
Taking all that pressure off the nervous system, because you have a lot of movement. Look at that. You want to move and I'm not even ready.
Oh my God. Damn.
I'll let you just sit with that for a second. All right.
I thought I saw Jesus for a second, so I was just like,
Well, don't go there, girl. Don't go.
no, he's bringing me back down. Wow.
All right.
Let's do it. I love it.
You needed this.
I did.
You really needed this.
Thank you so much.
That's the beauty of healing. Ooh. Wow. We focused here?
Yeah, like, I felt that in my soul, and I'm gonna guarantee that you probably felt that in your soul. Even just listening to it, I bet you're just like, whew, like her soul left her body and came back. The only thing chiropractors that's weird to me is I have a friend, and apparently him and some other friends used to do a joke, and then somehow I got involved with this. And he's like, "Hey, Sam," and I'm like, "What?" And then I turn around, and then he has my head in his hands, and then he does like the neck snap thing, to help that alignment. And now, if you watch, like I said, I mentioned before, I watched the Christopher Nolan Batman. Bane does that in The Dark Knight. Yeah, it's The Dark Knight Rises, right? Yeah, it's The Dark Knight Rises, and the first time I watched it was in theaters, and I didn't watch it again until like last week because I didn't like that scene at all. It's when they're on the football field and like he just fucking snaps that scientist. Oh, I don't know why that gets me, but yeah, when I watch it in a chiropractic adjustment with like a professional, it's okay to watch it. It's very satisfying. It's very satisfying to watch. There is a lane where it's like just good cracks in the back, chiro adjustments. And then there's a weird lane. It's like hot chicks getting adjustments, and I kind of like it, and it kind of it's kind of weird. There's like no talking, and so that's also very weird, and it just seems creepy, for me watching it with all the silence, that's why it's really important for men to make noise during sex, because it's just creepy. And I know, fellas, we don't need to make noise to have a good time. It's good for your partner, and it makes you not look like a psycho. It's okay to jack off in silence, though. Like, you can jack off in silence all you want. In the privacy of your own, in your own space, in the privacy of your own space is where you need to do that shit, if you're gonna do it. The big thing, though, I wanna talk about here, in regards to chiropractic adjustments, is a lot of people. I went down a little bit of a TikTok rabbit hole. I didn't go very far. I'm saying, I'm the kind of guy who I wouldn't even dig. Do we need to bury bodies 6 feet on the ground? Like, I get to 3, and I'm like, I think this is good. Like, I would just embarrass with 3 feet. So, anyways, though, I pulled this article up from AICA Orthopedics. Or chiropractoratlanta.com. So obviously a clear source. I just wanted to go over like what you should see a chiropractor for and what you shouldn't see a chiropractor for. Because genuinely, like, a lot of people are saying chiropractors are scams, like, and snake oil salesmen. And then there's other people who like swear by it. But also it's like the person giving you the adjustments, like, they had to go through a lot of school and training, and even then, like, a good chiropractor would know, like, yeah, I shouldn't do that because you would die, and, like, just because something weirdly is in pain, then, then doesn't mean you necessarily, the chiropractor is going to be the one to fix it. And so, are they scams? Are they not? I don't think they're scams, but I do think there's a lot of chiropractors who claim they can do things that are impossible, Dr. Cologne is a good chiropractor. Like, she very much explains it, and it seems like she just does what needs to be done. And she's like, what? I'm going to twist your head for no reason. I'm going to try and paralyze you, And so, yeah. So here's some things, though. Let's look at here. What chiropractors treat. So if those of you are wanting to know, are chiropractors scams or not, like, let's talk about, like, if you have one of these problems, a chiropractor would actually help you. So back pain, I saw here, from Chiropractor Atlanta. So if you have back pain, like poor posture, arthritis, chronic back pain, those are good things to go to a chiropractor for, or at least have them check you out or whatever, assuming a good chiropractor to go to, they'd really be able to help you out there. Neck pain, obviously, seems clearly a chiropractor would be able to help you out with that. joint pain, definitely, if you have problems with joints, I think a chiropractor would do it. Assuming, it's the joints that like the chiropractor can help with, not like something weird. It's like when I've had kidney stones, I've had back pain, and I'm like, a chiropractor would not be able to help that. I don't know what a chiropractor would do, like punch the kidney a little bit till it just pops out, I don't know. Headaches is the one that really surprised me, that like just I don't know, like sometimes your spine, which it's not the worst thing, because I think the spine and the brain, there's a lot of shit there, that controls things. So yeah, I could see headaches could being the cause of something to do with your spine and shit like that. So yeah, say car accident injuries, which just you mean a big motor vehicle that crashed into you and pushed you in the wrong ways. Did you made your spine misalign? Like, yeah. Sports injuries, obviously, for specific cases. Slips and falls, obviously, those are just... And pinched nerves. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Pinched nerves. I remember they were talking about that on one episode so far. So, yeah, those are some things I think you should see. Let's read this section, though. I'm just going to read it straight up. When you shouldn't see a chiropractor. There are some instances where it may not be recommended to see a chiropractor if you were recently injured and have a lot of pain and swelling. The chiropractor adjustments may not be the most appropriate course of treatment at that time. People who have osteoporosis or fragile bone density may need additional tests or support before getting chiropractic care. You may meet with an orthopedic doctor first before determining whether chiropractic care is an appropriate treatment option for your injury or health condition. If you are in an emergency situation and require immediate medical attention, then you should go to the hospital or urgent care. Emergency room and urgent care physicians can address emergencies and help get you stable. Once any immediate threat or concern is addressed, you can seek follow-up or continued care with a chiropractor you trust. You can always talk to your doctor or chiropractor if you have questions before beginning any kind of treatment, including chiropractic care. So those are basically things. Hopefully that made sense to all of you, because I don't want to go into it any further. And I think you have to give the chiropractor permission before they do anything. So do you think they're going to do something that will make you uncomfortable and also probably won't help you? Like there's like the toe popping out. That's a move. And I'm like, I don't want them, or in the finger popping. I wouldn't want, just don't mess with my hands. And if you don't have to, because I make a living with my hands. Sounds like it's from jerking people off, but it's really just music. So that's cool. So overall, I would have to say, if you get like serotonin into your brain from chiropractic adjustments, the best thing I'd suggest for you to do is check out Crack Addicts. It's on HBO, not HBO Max. It's just Max now. Sorry, I'm microaggressions there, but if you have I don't even think I'm gonna have Discovery Plus much longer, because it's all gonna be on Max. So that's a cool thing. And I feel like if Dr. Cologne gave me an adjustment after everything, I'd say mommy. I mean, who's not gonna say mama to that woman?
Thank you for watching this clip. Watch it again or watch something